In the heart of Oyo State, a groundbreaking energy revolution has begun. This is the story of vision, collaboration and impact as Ibadan becomes home to an independent power project, the Oyo State-Elektron Energy Independent Power Project. This is the story of vision, collaboration and impact. This is the future of energy in Oyo State. What began as a bold vision has today transformed into a reality. The Independent Power Project in Oyo State, an 11 megawatt initiative, combines gas-fired and solar energy solutions.
The journey on the IPP has been a very interesting one, but I'm happy that we are seeing the lights at the end of the tunnel. We started with a vision of how we believed we could intervene in the energy sector in the state to ensure that we have accessible, available and stable supply. We initially began by auditing the state government facilities within the Secretariat campus, Government House, the courthouses, stadiums, and our state hospitals. And then we proceeded to find a developer who would be prepared to invest their funds in the state to provide this electricity.
To make this vision a reality, the Oyo State government partnered with Elektron Energy Limited to deploy the hybrid independent power system.
Elektron Energy is a company involved in power generation, distribution and renewable energy. Presently, we have a plant in Alausa, doing about 12 megawatts of power, which supplies power to Lagos State Secretariat and most of the street lights in Lagos. And we have also run a distribution network for them in Alausa. Secondly, we also have a power plant in Rack Center, where we do about 10 megawatts for Rack Center. Thirdly, we have also started building right now a 40 megawatt power plant in VI, which will help give power to Victoria Island. And also we are doing a renewable energy project also in Kano for 20 megawatts. The idea is that Elektron wants to be the #1 company to supply embedded power solutions to Nigerians to make power effective in the country. For your state, Governor Seyi Makinde had a vision to give power to your people and make power cheaper for them and make have renewable power in Oyo State. So he came with Elektron and the board met and said that we believe in him and we're going to try and make sure we now work with him towards that. So we are building a 10 megawatt power plant, gas power plant with 1 megawatt power of solar. The idea is that we are funding the project and he will pay over a period of time for the output being used. So that's the general idea of the project. The idea is that once it's completed, we'll have reliable power for most of that. We can now increase and do more of that.
Well, as a director of business development, my role was to oversee the project from initiation and concept when the Oyo State government first were looking for a partner to solve this problem. All right, so my role was to identify the problem that was that the Oyo State government was trying to solve and to profile solutions, right, and then codify all of this in agreements, right. So up until the point at which an agreement is signed with the Oyo State government, my role was from the initiation of the concept up until agreement execution.
The first phase of the power project integrates a 4 megawatt gas-fired station and a 1 megawatt solar energy plant, providing stable electricity to critical infrastructure. Designed to expand to 11 megawatts, it will revolutionize how energy is accessed in Oyo State.
I'm glad to say that we've commissioned the first 5 megawatts of the IPP under phase 1. That comprises of 4 megawatts of gas-fired engines, 1 megawatt of solar PV, and 1 megawatt of BESS, that's battery support. which has all come under phase 1.
Electron Energy is the developer of the project. By developer, that means we finance the project, we build the project, we will operate the project for the next 15 years. Every project poses its own challenges. I think specifically to this project, the foreign exchange environment where we had a massive devaluation of the currency, that is the Naira, during the project's development and funding phase was a particularly difficult challenge. However, our private equity investors, ARM Harris, were very supportive and stepped up to provide us the necessary support in terms of being able to get past those challenges.
And so on Friday, 6 December 2024, history was made as the Oyo State government commissioned the first phase of the project.
Vision in 2019 was simple. Let's have energy security in our state. We started by conducting audits of government facilities and the state generally. Our policy document was reviewed by GIZ, the German government's development arm, and this formed the backbone of the projects and interventions that we decided to embark on.
I would like to present to you all the first of a kind, state-of-the-art independent power plant developed by Electron Energy in partnership with Oyo State government. Before I start, I would just like to say that, Your Excellencies, thank you and congratulations. Leadership matters, vision matters. This IPP was not our vision and we did not conceive it, but your administration entrusted the delivery of the project with our company, and we're here to tell you that we have delivered.
We're here today to make history. As we commission this first phase of a project that I believe will serve as the fulcrum, that is, it is pivotal to the future development in our dear state. This power plant is 100% private investment, because the government don't have the money to do everything. So, but as government, we provided the enabling environment for investors to know that these are serious people. But as you speak to these investors, they will always talk about one aspect of the economy that should be an absolute game changer. Having reliable and uninterrupted power supply. It's a big deal. But I studied electrical engineering myself, and I know where we ought to be as a nation in terms of the capacity to generate and to distribute. But we're nowhere near that place. And that's why all over the place we have generators. I can make more noise than my neighbor. So my neighbor, if you decide to bring a Yamaha generator, I can go bring Honda. So when we had the groundbreaking ceremony here, it became clear to us, to go from growth to a game changer for our economy, to go to scale. Because scale is basically, you've got yourself to a point where you're not adding resources. You're just using what you have, to stretch the envelope. So the groundbreaking was done Saturday, 11 December 2021. This was 2 years before the federal government now gave the go-ahead for states to now have their own to have the powers for them to generate, transmit, and distribute their own power. Doesn't matter whether the national grid is there or not. Now, as a state, we can look at our own power requirement and try to bridge the gap by ourselves without looking towards anyone else. And this is exactly what is the exact trajectory that we're on in Oyo State.
What has been the impact of the project so far?
At a time, I worked at Ministry of Works and Transport. And during that time, I was part of the committee that investigated the old powerhouse where we currently have the IPP because of some technical faults that happened to the generator being used there. Because the powerhouse initially was to service all the offices in the secretariat. And since then, we have been having issues because the place was not rehabilitated. We did not have opportunity for that powerhouse to fully service the secretariat. So most offices were uploaded onto the generator at the governor's office. And it was only through that most of these ministries were being powered. And that generator consumes a lot of fuel. Sometimes when there is low supply of fuel, we have to close very early and go home about 6:37. That had been our experience. But now that we have IPP on board, it's been a total wonderful wow experience. The introduction of IPP to the Secretariat has given all MDAs in the Secretariat the opportunity to have lights. It's not only the MDAs hooked to the Governor's office, it's now all MDAs in the Secretariat. So, people that stay overnight, like the fire station, can have access to IPP. People that walked around in the Secretariat that they need to move from one office to the other because they are staying back at night to do their assignments, maybe till late in the evening, 8, 9, they now have lights to work with. Even during working hours, you can start your work and finish it without having to bother whether the light will go off, because in an hybrid arrangement, when there is no electricity, the solar is there. It comes up automatically. So we now have that certainty that the assignment will be completed and the target will be met and will be delivered. Again, when the people are supplied with lights, aside meeting the target, you can also say that the office will be conducive because the AC can now be put on. You can listen to news, the things that is going on around you. You can listen to them. Whereas in the past, where there is no light, you will not even use the head-end money that you use to get it to power the AC. The generator might not even be sufficiently capable of powering any AC. So it's been a wonderful experience.
The IPP project, His Excellency, is one of the wonders and the legacy of this administration. As we all know, His Excellency is the governor of the people, and he understands the importance of the welfareism of the workers and as well the surroundings of the secretariat. We know energy is the fulcrum of labor. When you have a rest assured power supply, you are rest assured of giving optimum delivery at your place of work. For instance, in the past, you are not sure if you meet light at the office, if there will be lights, if there will be enough electricity to do this or that, because you might even be at a meeting and the electricity supply will triple. But with the IPP in place, we have an assurance of 24 hours power supply. Anytime you come around, you can still work part-time as well to make sure you meet up with some of these demands. And one thing is, it saves more, it makes us work faster, thereby saving more time, whereby you can also use it for other stuff. So you can do files, you can come as early as 7 or 7:30, and you can leave as late as 9, 9:30, 10. So the next day you just have to focus on something else. But in the past, where you come to work, you are not sure when you meet light, or maybe it's light and people, or a night is so bad, and then you want to create or do anything, you can't do that. You might be frustrated at work because of this meeting. But with this game changer, everything is now working faster.
Just the government ID working well. I would say this agency we've been enjoying it the past 1 month. Thereabout. This agency is relatively new. Started the we're here. Excellence. Even though agency has been in existence over the past 2 years or so when it was established, but we actually commenced full operation a little over a year ago. I know the challenge we used to face parts of time. So generally we enjoyed a lot of parts of life, but I know we are hard to expect quite an bit of amount providing energy for alternative energy and powering our generators. That was on before the prices of fuel was high, and that made it doubly difficult. But the last month or so, to realize it's positive. I think that's reviewed our backup supply.
It has helped in different areas of work. For instance, it makes our work smoother. Also, here at the headquarters, we do so many things that requires that we have the regular power supply. Because of the work that our workers friendly governor has done this era of life, ensuring that the full power is going on. Also on the field for our hospitals, it's been very, 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 very helpful for smooth running our hospital. In the area of ensuring that the laboratory services is delivered very well. We can run 24 hours electricity to ensure that our patients get their results promptly, and then we make adequate diagnosis using the results that comes out of our laboratories. And we can also some equipment that needs electricity. We can easily run it, and this maker work very easy to also improve. There's also an improvement in health services.
To be frank, this has helped a lot in a lot of ways, because the money issue and maintaining the generator. That's been an access of the government, national government have a relief of maintaining generator and running this every day. And these are the system of the Oyo State government and even the people around in the secretariat will testify that is upon our time. It's a good and welcome development.
These voices represent the tangible impact of the Independent Power Project. For industries, healthcare, education, and small businesses, the benefits are immeasurable.
So one of the big things about this IPP is that we have 1 megawatt of solar deployed, PV panels, and 1 megawatt of battery storage as well. Already, we estimate that over 60 diesel and petrol generators will be decommissioned within the state secretariat. That ultimately means that within this area, the environment will be less polluted, so the quality of air will be better as we transition from the use of petrol and diesel to the use of gas and solar. So quality of air pollution, noise pollution will also reduce. But in terms of the wider electricity value chain, Oyo State is one of the states that has or is in the process of transitioning regulatory authority to the subnational market. That is for Oyo State. And that means that we'll be able to look into the issues that are facing the electricity sectors and take decisions in the best interest of the residents of the state without having to go anywhere with our cap in hand to find solutions. For me, what that means is that under the leadership of His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde, we can expect a bigger and brighter future in the electricity and the power sector as far as the Oyo State residents are concerned, and as far as business in Oyo State is concerned as well.
I think this is a first step in what I believe is a landmark project. I mean, His Excellency, the Governor, already said that going forward, he believes that the Oyo State government may not need to take power from the grid. And this is something I firmly believe, right? That this project, if as designed, right, is scalable and is planned to expand, right? And as the project expands, there are opportunities for the Oyo State government and for Oyo State's people as a whole to benefit greatly from this, right? From having more reliable and available power just in their backyard, right? And generating on their own and selling power to citizens of Oyo directly. So I think the expansion of this project in the short term and in the medium term is something that is very exciting and something that we look forward to.
This historic achievement is not just about power. It is a celebration of culture, unity, and progress in Oyo State. As the Independent Power Project powers the Oyo State Secretariat and is envisioned to be scaled to hospitals, schools, and other areas, it ignites hope for a brighter, more prosperous future.
In custody of a report done for the European Union. It's about feasibility for solar deployment on the continent of Africa. So it wasn't done for your state, it wasn't done for Nigeria, It was done for EU on a continent-wide research. And you know the good news. There's a place where you have a very high concentration of sun energy in Oyo State. And that is Igojaye in the Siwaju local government area. So if investors, if you want that to report, because we will deploy solar, we want to go as much as possible for renewable. So my ambition is to launch a 500 megawatt solar project in that space so that in the years to come, not only will Oyo State be self-sufficient in producing, in generating its own power, we will also be exporting power. Not only locally, even internationally, because we share border with the Republic of Guinea, we can easily sell power to industries in the Republic of Guinea. So it's our ambition, and before the end of this OMIT 2.0, we will definitely launch that project.
Because of the vision of the Governor Makinde, we also intend to go further to give solar solutions. When we at the groundbreaking ceremony and at the ceremony earlier this year, he wanted us to go to a part of Oyo State that we can do a lot more solar. So we are planning to partner them also to do close to 500 megawatts of solar in that area. The idea is that we want to make Oyo as a test case for other state governments. We started in Lagos State, we are going to Oyo, and we believe Nigerians need that idea. The idea is that the grid, as you see, is not strong enough. So embedded power, embedded reliable power is needed to move and make it power in Nigeria. I want to be that company that will make that happen.
This is more than electricity. It is the foundation for growth, innovation, and opportunity.
This project is a first of a kind in Oyo State. The project combines gas generation with solar generation and about 1 megawatt of battery energy storage. So this type of hybrid system really provides a really efficient use of power. It's more sustainable, and what we believe is that we're going to go on to develop similar other projects, particularly on the renewable side, in partnership with the Governor Makinde administration.